When it comes to politics, I have friends all over the political spectrum. It's nice. I like it that way. But I'm worried. I think we can say almost anything, make any point, raise any objection, as long as we can do it with respect from one another. I think that's lacking in today's world, and it's sad. As most of you know, I teach history. Let me tell you about the dream of 1964. Kennedy knew he'd likely run for re-election against Goldwater. These two men could not have been more different politically, polar opposites, but they discussed a wonderful plan. If they faced each other, they agreed to campaign with each other. They would travel the nation side by side, talking to people, answering questions, debating. This would have been the most outstanding exercise in political respect and decorum in history, but alas, with Kennedy's death, it was not to be. Reagan's 11th commandment also comes to mind. It was a concept put out by a Republican Party official in 1964. Reagan adopted it for the rest of his career. It reads, "Thou shalt not speak ill of any fellow Republican." This was not to mean you couldn't disagree with them, but personal attacks were off limits. Reagan seemed to practice this with Democrats as well. He sharply criticized liberalism, but never personally attacked a liberal. In fact, he had a wonderful personal rapport with many Democratic leaders, and they frequently complimented each other. The powerful Democratic speaker Tip O'Neill once said of Reagan, "He's a beautiful man, but I'm sorry he doesn't agree with my political philosophy." They enjoyed each other's company and often had lunch together, and always on St. Patrick's Day. They were both from Irish families. These lunches were filled with laughter and stories and often went long, sometimes till 3 p.m. O'Neill once said of Reagan that they were only working against each other until 6 p.m. After that, they were friends. In 1982, the economy took a dip, and some Republicans began to doubt Reagan's economic policies. Here's what Reagan wrote in his diary that day. Tip O'Neill made a speech to Republicans telling them why they should support me. It was strange, both of us on the same side. When Reagan was shot, O'Neill was the first to see him when Reagan's family left the room. A witness reports, the speaker went to Reagan's bedside, took hold of both his hands and knelt. "Thanks for coming, Tip," the president whispered. They then recited together the 23rd Psalm. O'Neill stood and kissed Reagan on the forehead and said he didn't want to keep him from his rest. When O'Neill left office, Reagan had this to say about him. "Mr. Speaker, I am grateful you have permitted me in the past, and I hope in the future, that singular honor, the honor of calling you my friend." We need politicians who think that way today. They may differ in their ideas and differ profoundly, but they should agree to treat one another civilly. Showing respect for those who we disagree with is the essential ingredient of democracy. It is an American value. Let's not lose it. Well, those are a few of my thoughts. But what do you think? How can we bring civility back into the American political life? Tell me your opinion in the comment section below. As always, I can't wait to read them. Well, that's about it for today. But before we go, here's a few more thoughts. And a great idea. Subscribe. There's new videos every week, and you don't want to miss them. If you like today's video, hit the like button and share it with your friends. It's always appreciated. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time with a few more thoughts.